Hey everybody, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. We did 2 tech tests. I always say that backwards. So we always like to just double check. I am going to see our very many comments. Thank you guys for showing up. I am so excited y'all are here. Man, you guys like really showed up. Like there was like dozens of comments as of last night when I was doing our first tech chest. There was just see, I told you, I can't. Y'all know what I mean. I can't say it. My teeth are like, ugh. I had my teeth fixed like with Invisalign this year, and I swear it's made my speech worse. Like my tongue is like, there's no more room to talk anymore. Oh, welcome guys from everywhere. Oh my gosh. Welcome Susan, welcome Becky, welcome Denise, welcome Sandy, Jennifer, Colleen, Robin, Sherry, Marcy, April, Dave, Jen. Oh my gosh, so many people showing up. I'm so excited for our kickoff today. Yeah, just be super quiet. Libby, you want to come say hi to everybody? Y'all know we're dog people. Liberty, come here. You want to be the greeter? Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? She wants to play, and so she's going to be like, no, I'm not going to say hi. So I have my wonderful husband here who is going to be behind the scenes calling out comments. This is Miss Christabella, who's going to craft with me when we get to the craft part in a little bit. This is Liberty, the fabulous Frenchie, as we call her. We're going to make her like the official greeter. You know, like you go to Walmart and there's the greeter like, hi, welcome to Walmart. It's like, hi, welcome to the live. Hi, welcome to Craftfest. That's who Libby is. Yes. She'll probably start snoring in the background soon, so it's going to sound like there's like an old man sleeping in the corner over there. I'm just warning you guys. Okay, go ahead. All right. Okay, so, all right. Woo, I am trying to keep up with these comments, guys. You are all awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so starting from the top, I'm Abby, as you probably already know, but in case you're just happening across this video and you have no idea who I am, I'm Abbi Kirsten. I am the creator behind Abbi Kirsten Collections and the Cricut Craftfest event. And we are at our Cricut Craftfest kickoff party. Yay! Okay, so if you haven't gotten your free ticket for the event yet, which I know most of you have, that should be going across your screen right now. If you want to go and grab it, there's still time before we start on Monday. So make sure you go grab that ticket. Okay, hang on one second, guys. I'm going to swallow some water. Okay, and I'm like squinting today. I've had so much extra computer work this week. My eyes are like super fatigued. And so I'm at my screen over here and there's camera here and I'm like squinting. So I'm gonna be like squinting at you today. So I'm gonna have a new tradition for our lives. We do lives aside from these kickoffs, obviously, in my community. We do them for our A-star crafters and we do them in general for our community. And I honestly just wanted to do something a little different to start them off with. And I don't have the perfect name for it yet, but basically I'm wanting to do a moment of gratitude to open our life. And the way this is gonna look is just we find somebody in our community. Nope, sorry about that. There is so much stuff stacked. It's like, let's just fall and test gravity. We find somebody in our community who has left a meaningful, appreciative, gratitude-filled comment. This might be from an email, social post, whatever, and we just highlight it for a moment at the beginning of our life. And the reason I like to do this is because there's obviously so much not good out there on the internet, right? There's just so much bad, so much negativity, and I really believe that what we focus on expands. And so to center ourselves at the start of our time together with just highlighting something good, I think is just a cool thing to start integrating into our lives together. So this one is from Anne, and she says, she's referring to the Cricut Craftfest. She says, hey Abby, I am loving these workshops. The projects are unbelievably fun and inspire so much confidence. I've watched several already with my VIP Access Pass, which is so worth it. I am uploading projects like crazy. Thank you for putting on this event. I love that. That embodies everything that we're trying to create with this event, that confidence and the fun. So you guys are already having fun. I hope you're having fun. Raise your hand if you have the VIP pass already. I want to know. I know a lot of you do. Okay, let me take a second and look at these comments before we jump further. Positivity and gratitude are our lives. Yes, Barbara. I need to come up with like a fun name for it. I'm thinking like thankful threads or gratitude glow. I don't know. We'll come up with a fun name. You guys drop your ideas in the comments. I think it needs like a kitschy name or it needs like I don't know, something with alliteration. I'll come up with something fun, but that's going to be like our opening moment together because I just think that's so cool. Now, if you have something fun, positive, thankful, grateful to say about what we provide in this community, I would love for you to leave that in the chat or just leave it, on Facebook if you're in our group. Send us an email. Whatever works for you is fine. And we love to highlight those in our community, and it fuels us because, and I don't talk about this enough, but I had a mentor challenge me recently that I need to talk about this more. We are full family-owned business. So my husband works with me full time. We do this to support our kids. My mom, who's actually retiring the end of next month, she is bringing 40 plus years of tech writing experience with her, and she'll be joining our team as well. And it lets us open up other employment opportunities for other people with freedom and flexibility in their life. So I'd like to take a moment to highlight that and just say how grateful I am that we get to show up with you guys like that. Okay. All right. Oh, someone's asking, hang on, the comments are moving fast. If I miss your comment, please know it's not intentional. There's a lot. Will we have a game like bingo or another type? Great question, Cheryl. So we're actually doing a pick for prize that will get posted. You should see that in the Facebook group on Monday morning. For those who share pictures at the event, all through the event, you'll be entered to win one of 3 Amazon gift cards, and we're going to draw each day of the event. So Monday through Friday. So that'll be 15 total winners. So that's kind of our game this time. But yeah, I mean, I've seen the bingos before. I haven't done them, but if you guys like the idea of doing a bingo at one of these events, I can definitely pencil that in as something fun. I've also thought about doing something scavenger hunt wise. Like, I don't know yet how that would look, but I think that's kind of fun, or I Spy. I don't know. I've toyed with the idea a lot. I just haven't put anything together yet. So let me know your thoughts. Okay. Ooh, scrolling down. Hang on. Jen says the VIP is absolutely worth it. Anybody who has not gotten it, it's amazing. You've got to get it. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of that amazing feedback. All right. So, okay. What's next? I'm looking at my bullet points. Like, don't forget anything. They're going to be like, you forgot. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. So let me just bullet point what we're doing for the rest of the live today so you guys don't feel lost. So we're going to be going over what I call craft tech talk. And that's going to involve how do you download the templates from Google Drive? How do you upload them to Cricut Design Space? How do you send them to the cut screen and cut our project out today, which is going to be a felt sunflower. And then we're going to go over the assembly of the project, which will be super fun. We'll get to take that away, and there will be a replay, so you can come back and do the project if you want at another time. I'll introduce you to our event sponsors, and they have some fabulous discounts and goodies for you guys. So if you're a fan of any of these brands, or you're hearing about them for the first time, you want to snag what they're giving away. And at the end, I am going to be doing a giveaway for a maker machine and 5 VIP access passes. And even if you already have your VIP pass, I will refund you. So if you enter and you win, you get a refund. Cool. Okay. So hang on. I gotta let my feed catch up. Yes, I'm super excited about the sunflower project. This is what we're gonna be making today. So I'll show you guys. So it's gonna be a felt sunflower. And I've done a few felt flowers before. Obviously, if you guys know me at all, flowers are my thing. Paper flowers, crepe flowers. Hi, Liberty, what'd you get? A hair clip? She got a hair clip. Those things that fall on the floor and then the dogs end up like, ooh, plastic, let's carry it around. So I haven't done tons of felt flowers, but I've done lots of flowers in general. But we're gonna be making this felt sunflower, and it's super easy. If you happen to be watching this video and you don't even have a cutting machine, you can make it without a cutting machine. But obviously, it's all here. We do have cutting machines, and it's great for kids even too. Like, so if you wanted to print PDFs, which I have not added to the folder, so I'm going to do that afterwards if that's you. If you wanted to print the PDFs and have like kids cut the petals too and stuff like that, it can be like a family-friendly project as well. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yes, love sunflowers. Sunflowers. Yay.
Are there any Cricut machines you can't cut felt on?
Great question. So the Explorers and the Makers, absolutely. I have never tried it on the Joy and the Joy Extra. However, I know other people, other speakers in our community have done it successfully with the Joy and the Joy Extra. So if you can just honestly go to the Facebook group if you're in that for the event and just like ask for tips on cutting felt if you have one of the smaller models of the machine, and you'll get people from our speaker group will be happy to help you. I haven't personally tested it, but I know it can be done. You may need to create your own material setting and do some testing on what's cutting well with the Joy machine, because they're not going to have an automatic default setting for that, like the Explore models or the Maker models will. With the Maker, I highly recommend, if you can, do the rotary blade. And that only works with the Maker and Maker 3. It doesn't work with the Explore models. If you have the Explore models, you can use the fine point blade. That's the default blade it comes with, and that's good. You can still do it. If you have the option for the rotary blade, which by the way is on clearance on Cricut's website right now, it's like 19 bucks. It cuts the felt so much faster, smoother. I just prefer it. So if you're one of those people who has that option, do that if you can. It'll be much better.
We're freezing up for some reason.
You're freezing?
Yeah.
Let me check my cords real quick.
Do you have a lot of things open on your computer?
I have 2 tabs open, but let me. Are you seeing me freeze? Is everybody seeing me freeze? Is everybody seeing me freeze? My husband's like, you're freezing. I'm like, I don't see anything freezing on the screen.
Yeah. It's not often, but it's just like a slight pause.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going. Live, but measure log or freeze. Okay. Yes, I'm freezing. Okay. That's clear. There's a freezing. Let's see if I can get my cord. I don't know if my cord would be part of the problem. I always hate when tech has to be like mean. Is it still freezing?
It's just randomly.
Just randomly intermittent.
Yeah.
Is the audio okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going, guys, and if it gets like super crazy, then we'll see what else we can do. I can't see anything else on here at all.
And we got plenty of audio.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to keep going, guys. I'm going to keep going. Okay. So someone asked about the supplies. That's what we're going to dig into next real quick. Okay. So we're going to go into supplies first, and then I'll share my screen and we'll do the tech setup. Okay. So there is going to be a link going across your screen right now, abbikirstenscraftfest.com/kickoff. If you go to that webpage, you're going to see the video that's currently streaming. And you're going to see a button beneath it that says templates, download the templates, which we'll go to in a moment. And then you'll see the supply list, okay? And I'll just go over that real quick here as well visually. So supply list, cutting machine of some sort. If you can do it, a rotary blade with the Maker models, if you have that. You're gonna wanna have the Strong Grip mat. This is an off-brand one on Amazon that's a little cheaper. I'm not even gonna pull it. It's called Air Cut or something like that. They're a little bit cheaper. You can buy them in multi-packs. So Strong Grip mat. Optionally, transfer tape. Okay, totally optional. But if you want to protect the surface of your mat, you can actually use transfer tape for this so that the extra felt's not sticking on the mat, and it will just make the mat last longer. Okay. All right. So I like to also have my brayer tool on hand to press my felt to the mat. Of course, we'll be using felt in various colors. So I'm using yellow, brown, and green. Okay, and this is just the like acrylic felt. You can of course use the wool felt if you have it. It's a little more pricey, obviously, but got this on Amazon, nice and affordable. You can get like 2-yard chunks of it. It'll last you forever. So definitely want to get your felt. And then you'll need some scissors. I like to use like the shears that have like the edges on them. Floral tape, okay? And then some stems. These are some really thick ones that I got from the 12 by 12 cardstock shop, which is one of our sponsors. And they sell them in a bundle on there, and they're nice and thick. And I just love them for the sunflower because the sunflower needs that thick stem. Okay, so if you don't want to go get these, you can just get 18 gauge floral wire on Amazon as well. And this is 100% optional, but if you want or already have on hand some felt quick stiffen, when your sunflower is done, you can kind of like spray it and let it set, and it'll kind of like just keep the petals from wanting to droop over time, and it stiffens the felt a bit. So I did that a little bit with this one, so it's a little bit more stiff than it was originally. Also optional, but super fun to do, I like to get distress inks or oxides to add just a touch of color to the petals. It's a little hard to see. It's actually probably really hard to see on camera, but there's actually a little bit of darkness too as the petal goes in towards the center. And I use a distress oxide called frayed burlap. And you could also mix it with like fossilized amber. I like to kind of blend the two colors together. And then you'll need a blending brush for that as well. So I'll show you that process as we go along. Okay, so those are the supplies. Now, let me share my screen so we can go over the tech setup. Still having problems?
Stiffener was, what was it called?
Oh, yeah, it's Stiffen Quick. It's by, is that A-L-E-N-E? Is that
Aleene's.
Aleene's brand? Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was Aleene's or Aleen. How to say it right.
We're still glitching.
We're still glitching. Okay. I don't like that. That's bothering me. I can try turning the camera on and off real quick, but I don't want to cause any, let me try turning, not actually cause any more problems. Let me switch camera real quick here. If I switch the camera, are we still glitching with that camera too? This is my FaceTime camera.
Yep.
Still glitching. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a software thing because I just switched cameras and the cameras aren't the problem. So that really stinks. And we're gonna have to just kind of power through it and hope that it kind of works itself out, because unless I end the live stream, which won't be good because then I can't go back in and restart it, we will be kind of stuck. So I'm gonna try and power through with it, guys, and hopefully it will be okay. Hopefully it will be okay. I'm so sorry it's freezing. I hate when tech is just not our friend. It always has to happen. Always has to happen right when we don't want it to. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So hopefully this doesn't cause any problems. Share screen. Okay. And 1 second. All right. You should be able to see my screen now. Are you able to see my screen? Looks like it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is that URL that I gave you. It's abbikirstenscraftfest.com/kickoff. The video you're watching right now is quite literally embedded on it. And then we have this button down here, which we'll go to in just a second. There are your supplies if you would like them as well. There's a little bit about me if you want to learn more about me. And I'm going to click on this button. Let me open this in a incognito window so you can get a similar view of what you'll see. All right, so this is Google Drive. Don't be afraid of Google Drive. We always get a lot of questions during the event where they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to download from Google Drive. I got you. It's super simple, okay? First off, if you can, do this on a computer. It can be a laptop, a desktop. You can absolutely do this on a mobile device too. I'm just saying for ease of following me exactly, computer might be best. So here we go. I have this in the grid layout, so that's how I'm able to see these little previews, or it might look like this. And you can click on any one of these to download. So there's a little download arrow right here that's hovering. You also click directly on it, and then there'll be a download arrow up at the top, which will allow you to save it to your computer. Please do not judge these by the preview. This is all relative information for the event next week too, guys. This is exactly how it's going to look for the Craft Fest next week when you log on to those daily speaker pages, all right? And if you're in the VIP pass, same thing. You'll be able to see a button underneath that. You click into it, it'll take you to Drive. The process will be the same. Okay, so we're gonna hit the download button here, but the previews sometimes do get cut off, so just know that's normal. All right, it's gonna take a second because it's doing its thing to scan for viruses. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here. And you would do that with all the other ones as well. I'm going to open up my file finder. Yours is more than likely going to look like a Chrome icon, an Edge, or a Firefox icon. Mine has this little preview because I have Inkscape installed on my computer, which lets me have this preview. So just look for the name of the file and be aware of where you're saving it to the location, and you'll be able to find it. Okay, so I'm going to head over to Design Space now. Is our screen share doing okay for the most part? Okay, good. All right, so let me start over here. Home. Okay, you're going to open up Design Space. If you're brand new to Cricut, if you're just getting that monster out of your closet, I feel you. Trust me. You know how many people I've taught over the years who are like, I bought a Cricut or someone bought it for me and I stuffed it in my closet, and that was 2 years ago and I'm scared to get it out. Don't be scared. We'll conquer that monster, that closet monster together. So this is Cricut Design Space. You're going to need to download this software. You can just go to design.cricut.com and then that will be there for you to download for your computer. Once you're there, you're going to create an account and you'll land on a home page that looks something like this. and you can click new project right at the top, or you can just toggle over to the canvas. Either works. I'm going to click on new project. It's asking me to just replace that. Hey, baby girl. I'm a few minutes through on the tech, okay? So we'll get to the project in about 5 or 10 minutes, okay? Okay? All right. You can go help Daddy monitor if you want. Monitor for comments and questions as I go. He needs an extra set of eyes. Go help him. Or you can, yeah, we already went over that, baby, but let me get back to focusing on them, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here we are in Cricut Design Space Canvas. She stole the sunflower. And you're going to locate the upload button that's over here in the design panel, okay? And when you click on that, you'll get a screen that looks like this. If you've never uploaded anything before, this will be blank, but this has my recent uploads down here. You'll click Upload Image, and then you can click this button to browse your file finder and bring the image in, or you can drag and drop it if you want. So I'm going to drag and drop it right here, like that. You'll get a preview. We'll click Continue. We'll click Upload. You can give it a different name if you want. Click Upload, and it will drop it right here into your canvas. Yay. Okay, and so you would do that with the leaves as well. Let me make let me go back to my stuff here. I already have this project saved. So now that I've showed you the upload process, I'm just going to reopen the project I already have to take us back so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing again. Okay, so in the files, let me go back to Drive real quick. For the sunflower files, you're going to see the petals. You're going to see the leaves. You're going to see the centers. If you're following me for felt, do not use the centers, okay? Those are only there if you wish to do this in paper, all right? So I put them in there because if you want to do it in paper or even create paper, it's a template for you to use with your machine. But when you're working with felt, if you try to cut something, this is the centers right here. If you try to cut something of that nature with felt, when you lift it from the mat, it's going to shred and rip apart. It will not work. So we're going to use just a pair of scissors, and it's super easy to do by hand, super easy. So it's in there, but for this particular project, you do not need to cut that out with your machine, okay? You're going to cut the leaves, and you're going to cut the petals, okay? Let me take a breath and see if we have any other, like, what questions do we have right now, babe?
Everyone's actually been very helpful. So a lot of questions are getting answered.
Oh, thank you guys. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being helpful. Thank you for showing up for each other. That's what I love in this community. That is what I love. That is why I do what I do, because we're here to show, just here to show up for each other. Thank you so much. When you see somebody who has a question and you know the answer, or you know how to point them to the answer, please do so. That helps us so much. We deal with thousands of comments and customer service messages every day, mostly because you guys are just so engaged. Like, my husband's been helping in customer service, and he woke up yesterday, he's like, we have over 100 tickets in the help desk, but like 70% of them are people just saying, I can't wait for the live, I can't wait for this. So it's all very positive. So just thank you guys so much for participating and showing up like that. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, so let's go back to Design Space. And let me actually pull in this guy that I just uploaded. Oh, look, it doubled up on us. We don't need that many. Now, you're going to see this amount of petals in the file, but ultimately you're going to want to customize this to what you're cutting out. So like, this was sort of saved with the intention of you could cut it on like a 12 by 12 like sheet of paper. We could probably add another row of petals if we reduced the size a little bit. You can see I did that over here. I added another row of petals. So I wanted to show you guys like how you can think in terms of maximizing your material and what I would do in that process here. So, excuse me. Let's pretend we just dropped this one in, and I'm looking at it right now. It's a little over 11 inches and it's a little over 9 inches wide. But I am going to cut a piece of felt that will probably cover the entirety of my mat. So I think I can squeeze another row. This is just a good skill to know no matter what you're doing. So I'm going to right click on it, and you can ungroup this so that now we can select them individually. Okay. And I am just going to click and drag over 3 of these like that. And I'm going to right click and duplicate. And I'm going to bring it over here, the little space between. And then I'm going to click and drag to select all those. And now we're at closer to 11. So that's going to like maximize that material and that surface area we're cutting on. So in order to keep these in the position they currently are, we're going to need to use the attach tool, because if we don't, and we go to the cut screen right now, here's what's going to happen. We're going to get a result that looks like this. And that's not helpful because that's wasting our material. So to get your files to cut out exactly as they're currently shown here on the canvas, you'll want to click and drag over this entire group of petals and use the attach tool at the bottom of the layers panel. And that's just going to hold their placement, and that way it'll stay that way when you go to the cut screen. You can detach anytime as well. It's down there at the bottom. You just hit detach and you can take it back to its original, okay? Same thing for the leaves in this case. You could duplicate them a few times, arrange them how you want to maximize that space. Let's do that here once with this. So if I look at this, it's like 8 wide, 4 high. I could probably duplicate this here for sure. The keyboard shorthand for duplicate, by the way, is Command D if you're on a Mac or Control D if you're on a PC. Let's see where I'm at here. I can probably do another one. Let's see. Maybe one more. And we could adjust the sizes too. You could definitely play around with this a little bit more to get it more maximized. So everything has to be under 11.5 for it to cut, even though it's a 12 by 12 mat. There has to be like grace on each side. So under 11.5. So I would need to either shrink a couple of these down or just shrink the overall grouping down. If you want to adjust your scale for anything here in Design Space, okay, you can click on any object and you'll see what's known as a bounding box appear around it, or a transformation box. They're known as both. And you can come to any one of these corners, and if you hover over it, you can click, hold, and drag to scale it larger or smaller, okay? If you want to rotate it, come to the outer corner, and the rotation handle will appear, and you can kind of like tuck it. I've been doing this for years, where I find ways to tuck it in. Like I'm putting it to bed, like tuck it in or tuck your shirt in. I don't know. I always just say, I'm like tucking these petals into each other just to maximize that space. But in the end, I probably would need to scale this down a bit. I could probably fit like another small one over here. But if we wanted to hold that placement and we were happy with that, we would again use that attach tool down there, okay? And make sure you save your project. Right up at the top, we have a save button. If you've not named your project yet and it still says untitled design or unnamed project at the top, you'll click save as and you'll give it a name, okay? And then if you want to update your save, then just go to save and then click save again, and it'll update your recent progress. All right, let me pause for just a second here. What questions do we have?
Once again, not going to know someone had a question for between weld and attach, and 3 people answered.
You guys rock. Gold stars for all of you. You're amazing. Okay. I'm talking so much this week. I think I'm about to get a frog in the throat, so bear with the rasping. Please bear with it. Okay, so I don't need both of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and hide one of them. And we're going to go and cut these out, okay? And I am using a Maker 3 for this, but again, you can use the Explore models with the fine point blade, okay? It does work. I'm going to click the Make button. We'll be cutting on the mat, and I will click Confirm. We're going to get our previews here. Excuse me, sorry. We're going to get our preview here, and we'll also get a preview here. We could definitely fit some more, or just trim our felt down to size so that it's not wasting. And the next step is going to be to hit Continue at the bottom. And it's connect to our cutting machine. So my Cricut machine is powered on. I'm connecting via Bluetooth. If you want to use the USB cable that came with it and plug it into your computer, that's fine. You can use a mobile device as well if you want to connect via Bluetooth. I'm connected via Bluetooth to my Maker 3 machine. So I will select the Cricut device and I will select my model. Yes, don't judge me for my many Cricut models that are connected there. I do this for a living, guys. I'm allowed to have that many machines. I'm allowed to. It's an excuse, right? We'll say that. It's an occupational hazard. Okay, so to find our felt, I'm going to click on Browse All Materials. Okay, and then next we'll search the material. So I'm just going to type in the keyword felt. There are a lot of different felt options here. I'm using like an acrylic felt. So this is the one I'm going to choose, the acrylic fabric felt. If you happen to be using like the wool one, then you may want to opt for that one. If you're not sure, you may just want to do a couple of small test cuts on like a corner of a piece of scrap felt or something like that, just to make sure everything's working good before you try and cut like a full sheet and you would waste material. Okay. So acrylic felt for me, and I'm going to click done. Right now, it's defaulting to the rotary blade for me because that's the recommended blade by Cricut if you have a Maker model. If you don't, then you're going to see the fine point blade, and you may see some different materials depending on your machine as well. So if you're using an Explore model, which I do not currently have set up, so I can't like do a quick switcheroo and connect it to you, but you'll just see you might see different felt options there, but you should still see a felt setting. If you're using a Joy or Joy Extra, you're probably going to need to make your own custom setting, okay? And the easiest way you can do that, I think I can do that here. I didn't prep for this. We're going off-road, okay? I'll show you how you can make your own custom setting real quick here and how you can get the right pressure amount. So let's go to Browse All Materials, and material settings right down here. It's super tiny. It's like very inconspicuous. You can't see it, but material settings is right there. And then you can find the material you're looking for. So like just the basic felt here. The pressure is 133. It does 2 passes. That's what that means, 2x. And you'd use the fine point blade. So knowing those settings, if you're a Joy user or a Joy Extra user, you can take those settings and you can make your own custom material. So how do we make a custom material? So the setting's 133 and 2 passes. Don't let me forget that, guys, okay? You scroll all the way to the bottom. All the way. Okay. Add new material. All right, 2 seconds from being done, then you can craft with me, okay? What'd you do with the flower? Oh, you brought it back, good. So we could call this like, I'm just gonna call it Felt 2.0, okay? I'll click Save, and then it's gonna ask me to set the pressure. It was 133, okay? So you can use the slider. You can also, oh no, I won't let you type. It used to let you type. There we go, 133. You're gonna do 2 passes, fine point blade, and you would click Save. So if you're a Joy user, try that setting. You may still need to experiment. Just be aware of that because the Joy machine doesn't have the same amount of pressure as the Explorer or the Maker. So there's a chance you may need to up that 133 pressure point to maybe like 150 or something like that if you're seeing it's not cutting all the way through. So some experimentation will be required for that. Okay, let me pause. What questions do we have?
We're pretty much knocking them out.
Awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Everybody's being so awesome, Ella. They are helping each other answer questions. Isn't that cool? What's his name again? All right, so we're about to cut out, baby girl. So we're going to load some felt.
We already cut out a whole bunch.
We did, but we need to show them the process that we go through. And so I want to show them the transfer tape process that I showed you. So can you help me set that up? And we're going to bring the camera down so everyone can see in just a second. Okay, so let me reselect the correct material here. Wait, this one. And done. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And we still having lots of glitching.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better. That tells me
when you're sharing your screen, there's no problem.
Oh, that's weird. It tells me that it might be a StreamYard thing. We use StreamYard software for ours, in case anybody wants to know for themselves. And it's telling me it might be a StreamYard thing. It's really annoying. All right, I'm gonna excuse me. I am going to bring you guys down here so you can see what we're doing with our hands, and we're gonna get our felt set up. Okay, come down. All right. Okay. So this is our strong grip purple mat. It's fresh. I hope you guys appreciate, like, how much do you appreciate when there's a fresh mat, right? Like, it's like so satisfying. Okay, let's do the transfer tape process. You have it? You have it. Good, thank you. Let's get scissors. We're gonna need scissors. Okay. You do not have to do this step. This is optional. But placing transfer tape on your mat instead of the felt or fabric directly on your mat can help make your mats last longer. And we all know mats are expensive. So it's definitely in our best interest to try and preserve it. I'm going to take some of this transfer tape here. Yes, love the fresh mats. Everybody's Yep, fresh bats. It's like, I don't know. It's like one of those things. It's like, when you walk out of like a salon and your nails are fresh or something like that, and you have a fresh pedicure. I don't know. It's like one of those experiences. It's one of those experiences. Or when you get a new phone or new technology, you peel the liner off, or a new stove, or where you peel all the packaging off of it. You're just like, oh, that feels so nice. It's so fresh and clean. Now nobody touch it. All right. So I want to pull a piece of transfer tape out here. Hey babe, have you checked on the phone in a while? So.
Oh, God, no,
It's okay. I was just curious. Like, I know you're busy with comments, so I was curious. Okay, so I'm just covering my matte surface with the transfer tape. The sticky side is facing up. So we're sticking the non-sticky side of the transfer tape to the mat itself that is sticky, and then we're having the sticky side facing up. So I'm going to trim this off.
Somebody else will should dress as much as I do.
Oh, thank you. Target on sale, $17. I was thinking the other day, I was like, I have a few pieces of clothing in my closet that are like, how you have like the pieces of clothing that are special and they cost a little bit more. And then you have like your other clothes that are just more of your practical, everyday, affordable clothes. And what do they do? You have the brayer tool? You're hiding it? Okay. So she's going to use her brayer tool to smooth out the transfer tape there, just to push the bubbles out. But anyways, I have like those few pieces of clothing, and then every time I go to like Target or somewhere that's really simple, yeah, take it easy. I always find these dresses that I like even more than this stuff that's like more expensive. I'm like, yeah, Target knows what they're doing. You don't have to press very hard, baby. We're just pushing the bubbles out, so don't press too hard or it'll stick.
Do you know what brand transfer tape that is? There's a lot of people.
There, if you go to the link, guys, that's the Abbi Kirsten's Craftfest /Kickoff, I believe I hyperlinked it there. So if you go there, babe, you can. Yeah, it should be linked there. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I like this one. It's on Amazon. It's $24, guys, but it's 12 inches by 100 feet. I can buy one of that. It lasts me like 2+ years. So it's definitely worth the investment, and it's a good. It's not too sticky. It's not. Like not sticky enough. I use it with even smart vinyl and it works. So, okay. So we have our transfer tape protective layer there. And go back to the correct screen.
Is that the flower we made? The pink one? The pink clover flowers?
Which flower?
The one that had a pink background.
Oh, yeah. That was the photo I took so they could see it in advance. Okay. So I have a piece of felt cut down here. It's a little janky, so don't touch. Don't judge too much. It did, yeah. Ella says it looks like a big ravioli, and I have to agree. It kind of does look like a big ravioli. So I'm actually going to trim the edges up a little bit here. I'm going to use my shears, though. I don't know why it makes me feel better to use my shears with this.
It makes it look like a ravioli.
Because it makes it look like a ravioli. Okay, here's a non-ravioli piece for you. Scrap.
So somebody was asking, can you use transfer tape like this on paper for intricate cuts instead of clear vinyl? Is she saying vinyl or paper? It says on paper for intricate cuts.
Okay, so for paper, I have not tested that. So if anybody here has tested that, let me know your experience, because I don't want to like say that I know something when I don't. Like if I don't know, I don't know. Can you roll that for me, baby, with your brayer tool? She's going to press this felt to the mat with the brayer tool once again. Flip it over. There you go. I think that is worth trying. You do need to make sure that if you're trying it, your transfer tape isn't overly sticky, because it could rip the paper. But I do feel pain. I will actually make a note of that to test it myself, because I want to see. I generally don't. I just use the standard grip or the light grip mat, and I buy like the off-brand multi-mat packs so that I don't have to like make them last as long. But I think that's a really smart thing to try. And I think it has potential. I would just be concerned about the type of paper and how it would play with the transfer tape. That would be my biggest concern. But has anybody else tried that here? Let me know if you have. Cool. Okay. Put it in the comments if you tried that. We're going to load this. So let me bring you guys back up. Yay. You guys are getting my lights in there. Okay. So we're going to load this with my machine behind me. I have my material already selected in Design Space. My Cricut machine has the rotary blade loaded in it. Let me show you what it looks like. The difference between the fine point and the rotary blade, fine point blade, it's got that just nice tip sharp blade. It drags through the material. The rotary blade is like a pizza cutter, okay, like a rolling pizza cutter, and it rolls through the material, which is what makes it really great for felt, fabric, and crepe paper.
To roll the ravioli.
To roll the ravioli. So I'm going to put that in clamp B. My double arrow button on the top of my machine is flashing after I've selected my material, and it's ready to receive the mat. So I'm going to press this underneath the guides and against the rollers, and we'll load our machine. Underneath the guides, press the button for me, double arrow flashing button. Cook, cook. We're cooking the ravioli. All right, any other questions? All right, so that's going to cut out. When you're using the rotary blade, it takes a little bit longer because it is quite literally like a pizza cutter. So every time it needs to turn, it doesn't seamlessly turn. It actually picks itself up and rotates and kind of does like this jagged thing. So it does take a little bit longer, but to me, the results are worth it just because it's like a little bit sharper and cleaner cut.
There's a question about, is the purple mat better than the pink mat?
Good question. So the pink mat can absolutely work for felt and fabric. That's actually technically the correct mat to use if we're being completely technical about it. I typically do not buy the pink mats because I very rarely cut fabric. And I find that if I have a strong grip mat and I use the transfer tape method, it works just fine. And I don't have to invest in another color of mat. So while these, light grip, standard, strong grip, pink mats, all the colors, they do have purposes. And I do think that there is a time and place for certain materials that absolutely should use them. There's also plenty of wiggle room with using other materials that may or may not be technically the correct mat, if that makes sense. So especially if it's not as sticky. So like if a strong grip mat has been used a few times, mine wasn't, but you get the idea. And using that transfer tape hack kind of like lowers the stickiness naturally and makes it work, which is why I opted to do that this time. So be adventurous with it. Okay. Should you use more pressure or the default? So I use the default. If you're having any issues and you do like a test cut and it's not cutting all the way through, then you can definitely up the pressure. Okay. But before we do anything, you have to tell them what you did. So she pressed the play, or it might be a Cricut C icon to proceed with the cut. Okay, that was the next step she just did there. She's so used to just helping me press the buttons that she's very automatically on top of it. Okay, put our scraps over here. Okay, step over there. Okay, do you have your glue gun heated? I think we do. We have our glue gun heated.
Heated up like now.
I don't think I said glue gun earlier when I was doing the supplies, now that I think about it. So for those of you wondering, we are using a glue gun. Hot glue gun. You could use a fabric like glue if you wanted to. It's just the glue gun grabs faster, and so I prefer that option. Yes. All right, so while that's cutting, I have some pre-cut here. Would you like to help demonstrate how we do the distressing?
Oh, the
distressing?
yeah, I'm not going to say.
You don't want to say anything? You know how to do it so well, though. I think you could teach them. I think you could. So, okay. So again, I'm using the fossilized amber and the frayed burlap. We're going to layer these again, baby. So we're going to do the frayed burlap first, and then we're going to do the amber on top of it just to have a little more yellow come back in. Okay. So we have, let me bring this down so you guys can see what the heck we're doing down here. Okay. All right. So these are our ink blending brushes here. I got these off Amazon as well. They're linked on that page. They're my favorite. Yeah, go ahead and pair it with that. I like to pair them with my colors. And go ahead and show them. So you want to explain what you're doing? Okay. You go ahead and demonstrate, and I'll explain what you're doing. Hold it with your fingers. She has her felt petal here, and from the bottom up, about 2/3 of the way up the petal, she's adding some of the Distress Oxide color. And she's just kind of roughly blending it in there. With felt, it goes on nice and blends kind of like very naturally. And then you could leave it like this. It has a lot of yellow coming through, obviously. You can see a little bit more darkness there. But I like to also add just a touch more yellow back on top with the fossilized amber. It just makes it a little bit richer. And this whole step is optional, by the way. You don't have to do this at all.
So somebody was asking if they use a marker.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. You can use a marker. The only thing I would caution with a marker is because I suppose if you had a brush and you actually put marker on the brush and then blended it, it would work. But if you're doing straight tip from the marker to this, it could potentially be a much harsher line instead of like that sort of ombre blending going from darker to light, if that makes sense. So using this type of like application helps that blend a lot more evenly. All right, so you want to demonstrate once more? Okay. Yeah, and this is like obviously extra steps here. So if you're like, I don't care about these extra steps, then you can speed up your process a lot. And she's going a little bit slower for demonstration purposes, but once you get going, it goes pretty fast. It's also a good thing to like do as a family craft, or if you got kids, grandkids, like it's fun to do, obviously. You can see kiddos love it. Let me check some comments. Yeah, blending ink on the felt. I haven't done it a lot. We had someone mention Barbara. Yeah, I haven't done it a lot, but it's kind of like just addicting and very fun to be able to like come up with the different tones and colors. And it brings a lot of life to your flowers. It really does. All right, I think that's good, baby. Why don't you can keep working over there with yours if you want.
Can I do
That's a good question.
Can I do it real quick?
See what?
How long does you have to wait for the ink to dry before you can assemble?
For the ink dry, it dries instantly. Yep. Good to go. There's like
Dot.
there's maybe a dot on my finger, and that's like literally so you could set it aside for 5 minutes if you want. Basically, if you cut out a bunch of petals and you do like a batching process, by the time you get done with the last petal, you can start on the first petals you inked and they'll be good to go. So it's not one of those things that's gonna like rub off, like, you know, if you put a marker or a Sharpie on like some sort of plastic and then it's gonna like smear if you hit it or whatever. Ellie, you're gonna have to work back here on your part, and then I'll do my part up here. That way we're not crossing.
Can I show them how to do the glue?
You can. You'll have to borrow my glue gun though, and you're gonna have to wait just a second because I got to do a couple petals for me to glue and have a little bit of color on. I'm gonna be super lazy because, well, I'll add. I think I'm doing it backwards, aren't I? I am doing it backwards. Y'all are like, what are you doing, Abby? You have the wrong pad. I do have the wrong pad. It doesn't hurt anything. It all kind of blends together.
Okay, let me do the 20,000 ink. Yeah.
20,000 inking. I don't think there's that many petals over there. We'll go over petal count and everything in just a second, guys, too, if you're wondering.
I did all of these, like, oh,
But that's not 20,000.
no. Maybe
I mean, if that was 20,000, that'd be cool because then I'm
you could
thinking,
make a million flowers.
Yeah. I'm thinking it would like work out ratio-wise much better. Okay, so the next part is going to be to prep your petal. I'm using the hot glue gun for this. If you guys like this glue gun, it's linked. This is by Lynn and Lily, and it's Surebonder brand, but she's featured on this, and I just like the prettiness of it. And wait, what you doing?
I need to match ink.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Wait a second. Wait. I wrote down my little notes here, so I'm going to steal my notes. And here you go. Go take it.
Okay.
I need the notes to tell them what to do next.
Oh, it's done.
Okay. You want to bring it over here and show them how to just take it off the mat?
Sure.
Okay. Then we'll do.
You're talking.
I'm talking. Okay. So you're doing what? You're peeling the felt back, right? Careful. If the petal catches with the felt, just gently tug at it and it should release, right? Okay. So you can see how like delicate, honestly, this is. If we were using that centerpiece and it was smaller and had all of those little cuts, it would be falling apart on us, which is why I do not recommend using that centerpiece. For building the sunflower, we're going to do that part by hand, and it's super easy. All right, so you got your scraps there. Cool, good to go. And then you can just lift each one carefully and make a pile of petals. Okay, question on the felt. With the stiffener spray, can you use the basic felt rectangles at the craft store? So I'm guessing, to clarify that question for me, are you asking like the ones that are pre-stiffened, like the pre-stiffened felt? Or are you asking, can you do like any felt and then still use the stiffener? Okay, so we'll go over that in a second. You can use pre-stiffened felt, absolutely. And you can use, honestly, I think any felt to make this. You're going to have certain felts that are thicker, higher quality. So, you know, bear that in mind. But especially if you're just wanting to warm up to this process, you're wanting to dip your toe into felt, then go with things from like the Dollar Tree and stuff like that to save money. Absolutely, I would definitely do that. Okay, so one thing to be aware of, especially with the rotary blade, when it comes to felt, is it might cut through the transfer tape, but nevertheless, you can see it did that here. Nevertheless, you can see how much better our mat is and how it doesn't have any felt attached to it, and it stayed almost perfectly clean. So that's why I still use that process. To me, it's just worth it in the long run, but totally optional stuff. So I'm going to set that aside. All right, get that out there.
Where are we going to be? Where are we going to be hosting this afterwards?
The replay?
Yeah.
It'll be up here on YouTube to watch. So if you're watching right now on YouTube, which I believe is the only place you can stream from, I don't think we're connected anywhere else. So you can still watch it through. Actually, I'm going to leave it up I'm going to leave this up indefinitely, guys, so you can watch it as long as you want. The felt sunflower template will be available through the end of the Craft Fest on the 28th. After that, it's going to go into my membership A-Star Crafters, and it'll be exclusive to them. But as long as you download it, you can reuse it as many times as you want. So you have this week to grab that. After that, it'll become part of our A-Star Crafters. But this video will stay up. Liberty, will you stop snorting over there?
Look at my toes.
I know. She's looking at toes. Stop it. You're being noisy. Yeah. You're being noisy. Okay. Here's our petals. Here's our prep step. That's cute. Okay. Hot glue gun. Let me show you actually where we're going. Let's show one of these. This is where we're going here. Okay.
Oh, I just did one.
Oh, thank you. So we're basically pinching the bottom like third or so. We're putting a little glue and we're pinching it, okay? And so I'm going to take my hot glue gun. I'm going to add some glue to about the bottom third. And I'm just going to pinch the petal closed, like that. So it's not so flat. Now, if you're someone who's watching this and you plan to do this with paper, and you want to use that center with the paper, my one change that I would say, I'm going to show you with the felt, even though this is felt and not paper. You can follow the concept. Don't pinch the bottom. Instead, you're going to overlap the bottom. So I would cut about a third. That was a little farther than a third. And then I would overlap. I went a little too far on that. I should have grabbed my detail scissors. And you would overlap. And it would, with paper, it would stand up way more. This is felt, so we're not getting that same result. But do that if you're going for paper, okay? That's just the one little difference to be aware of. Let me get my glue strands off of my hands.
Where's the yellow brush at?
The yellow brush? It's right there. Oh, yeah, we put it on the wrong table. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Kathy says, I can't cut felt on my maker. I get a critical error every time. So Kathy, I would definitely reach out to Cricut support. They will help you. I think you can Google this, but Cricut support will walk you through it as well. That you can do a hard reset on your machine. It's something along the lines of like you have to hold the power button down and then plug the power back in or something like that. I don't follow my advice. Like ask Cricut, they'll give you the hard reset instructions, and that may help. I also would uninstall Design Space and reinstall it, do a full rebuild on your computer. Like I would just do all the stops, and that might help as well. Sometimes it's just like one of those things that gets caught in the process, and then once we kind of reset everything, the problem goes away. All right, so let's do this a couple more times, just to show you guys.
Do you want me to hot glue back here too?
Yeah, you can go ahead and hot glue more. I think we have enough petals, but we will have enough to make another sunflower later, and then we'll have a set of 3 that we can display, which will be really pretty. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for all your petals. Let's go over our actual petal count so you know how many to do. Let me grab the sunflower.
Wasn't last time like 32 or 36?
I think it was 36 is what I wrote down. 35 is what I wrote down. I ended up, if I count this, I ended up with 36 petals in this. So there is always with flowers, there is a range of petals, okay? I recommend a minimum of 35. I know that's a lot, but if you cut 2 sheets, you should be there if you followed like my similar setup. So I ended up with about 36 petals in this flower. Ultimately, you're going to end up with as many as it takes to kind of fill some of these awkward spaces for how it comes together. And everybody's flower is going to come together differently, okay? So you'll see that I probably won't even end up with the same number of petals that I did in this one when I make my second one, because my angles will be different and it'll just be a fresh flower. So actually, let me set this right here.
Finished thinking.
Thank you. All right, let's talk. So we have at least 35 sunflower petals. For your centers, we have the green here and this. Okay, for your centers, you're going to do, I believe it's 2. Is that what I wrote? Yeah, 2. 2 brown that you're going to cut at 2 inches tall by at least 12 inches wide. You can go longer if you want, but that's the minimum I'd recommend. We're gonna have 2 of those to roll up in the center, and I'll show you how to cut them in a minute. For the green, it's just going to be about 1 inch high, maybe 1 inch and a quarter. Doesn't have to be precise. And by another 12-ish inches long, and you'll need 2 of those as well, okay, for the center. And I'll show you how to cut and prep those next. Okay, so I got my green here. I got some scraps already cut. Look how uneven it is. It's so icky. I was just like cutting, and it was just like, thank you, baby girl. You inked them too. Good job. All right, let me pause real quick. Thank you guys for continuing to be so helpful to each other. I really appreciate this very much. All right, so this is obviously longer than 12 inches. I am going to cut about 2 inches here. You would get like a measuring tape or something like that. You could also use your mat if you want for reference. Mine still has the transfer tape here. But if you wanted to be like, okay, is this about 12 inches long? And like how, you know, wide do I want to cut it? You can use your mat as reference as well. Okay, I'm going to eyeball it because I've done this enough. I can get it pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. Where I want it to be.
I got glued myself.
You did what?
I got glued myself.
Well, be careful. I told you you're a big girl. You can use it now, but you gotta be careful. It's still hot glue gun. I still sometimes accidentally hit myself with the glue gun. It's just part of the process, I think. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You can see mine is not perfectly straight, and that's okay. And this is longer than 12 inches, by the way, but I'm just going to go with it because an extra inch or so isn't really going to hurt anything. It's just going to make the center a little thicker. I'm going to do the same thing with this. Definitely going to trim this down, though. It's much, much longer. Cut that. You have any questions while I'm cutting this real quick?
Lots of people that are going to try it.
Yeah, definitely give it a try with paper. I have other sunflower tutorials on my YouTube channel as well that show different templates, but I actually have a similar template to this one that is a giant sunflower, and it's like 18, 19 inches when it's made.
What?
So you can go to my just YouTube channel and just go over to the videos tab and then type in the keyword sunflower, and you'll see the different variations that are there if you want to just look at some of the other tutorials that would help you in your process as well. Okay. So let's start with the brown. So the brown is obviously thicker, not as thick as I want. I think I did too thick on this. Let me turn this down. This is too thick. Like, that doesn't look like double. That looks like way more than an inch. If you wanted to be cool and have like a straight cutter or rotary blade, a handheld rotary blade, and get it all precise and measured, you could totally do that. I'm showing my lazy crafter side at the moment. Okay, so we have that one. It's slightly longer. That's okay. This one here is about 2 inches high and definitely over 12 inches, probably about 14 inches longer. And I'm going to glue this, fold it over, and glue the 2 ends together. We're going to glue the 2 ends together. So I'm going to take this here. Get this a little more centered for you guys here. And I'm going to glue just like that. 2 ends together. Okay, there we go. Again, it does not have to be perfect. I think I'm going to trim this edge off. There, it's really uneven. There we go. All right, so that's our brown center, and now we need to add the fringe to it along the top. I'm going to use my detail scissors for this, if I can find them. Here they are. You can absolutely use just a regular pair of scissors too, but I like the control that I have with the detail scissors. Thank you, baby girl.
If that does way more than 35, but I have.
I'm sure it is, but we'll have them prepped to be able to make another one. So the end that is folded, so these are the 2 open ends we glued together. The end that is folded, you're going to start cutting little slits all the way down. This, I think these are my dull pair of scissors. My other one. They're like my baby ones. I don't know if they're going to work. I did use the big ones the other day. Okay, these will work, I think.
You think?
I think. they're kind of older, so they're kind of dull. This is going a little slower than I wanted it to. We're gonna use the big ones and try to live scary. So live scary. The reason why the big scissors can be a little more challenging is because you have to control that the blade doesn't close all the way. If the blade accidentally closes all the way, you'll probably cut this in half. Now, if you cut it in half, don't panic. You can just glue it on and continue the roll when we roll everything up. But these are like way more sharp than my other ones that are super dull. So I was trying to be like, do it with the detail. And it's like, nope, it's too dull. And I need to replace those scissors. Here's a question for you guys. How many pair of scissors do you have in your craft room? Or in your craft space, whatever space you work out of, how many pair of scissors do you have? I'm just cutting slits all the way down. Okay, just don't go through the other end that you glued. So about halfway through.
You have 8 pairs of scissors.
Yes, I had 8 pair of scissors over there.
Yeah, there's more in there.
There's more in my dream box. There's obviously 3 pairs sitting right next to me here.
There's 3.
There's probably more in the closet, I'd have to guess. I know we have some downstairs.
Yeah, close to me.
Because you have some for your punch needling and for school. I would say we could like definitely, if there was like, you know, the loss of all scissors in the world tomorrow, we could probably repopulate the world with scissors if we needed to. If we needed to. Okay, so this is obviously taking a second. This is the manual part that's replacing that one SVG I showed you, but it's not that hard. It just takes an extra beat. It's very simple to do. And in some cases, I actually like this better because doing this by hand ensures it's not going to be perfect. It's going to have a lot of variation, and that actually makes the flower look more lifelike. Nothing in nature is perfect. All right, there we go. Okay, so I've got that brown one done. You can see I already have one prepped here as well. You'll need 2 of them. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. Here's the green one. You do not glue the green one. Okay, the green one is 1 inch-ish wide, and you do not need to fold that over like we did this. Okay, it's more of an accent. So I'm going to do the same thing, but for this one, since we're not gluing it over, I'm going to fold it over once to shorten the length I have to cut, and I can cut through 2 layers at once, like so. Oh, you can sharpen scissors by cutting aluminum foil. That's good to know. Thank you for sharing that. I will give that a try. Scissors in every room, person. Yes, scissors in every room. And even when you have scissors in every room, they find a way to walk out of the room and you're like, where's my scissors?
Oh my God.
Check the floor, check your back pocket, check
me.
your hand. It's kind of like the glasses on your head situation, right? Like, where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? They're like, they're on your top of your head. Where are my scissors? They're in your hand. They're in your back pocket. Oh, okay. And then you always jump to like, who stole my scissors? Which in my case, I have a legitimate reason to do that because my daughter steals my scissors all the time. And don't tell me you don't, young lady. You know you do.
That's why I said check me.
Check Ella. Yes, check the Ella. She is a scissor nabbit.
It's because I always have ideas.
I know. Okay. So I trimmed that one all the way down. So we got that fringe there. All right. And now we're going to start building the center. So let me get my stem. All right. Let me pause real quick, actually. Yes, correct. You can rewatch this later. Yeah, there's going to be a 15 pairs of scissors. There's going to be a replay up for sure. Okay. The decorative scissors, if you're referring to, like, I have so many scissors. I have this one, or maybe you're referring to, hang on, let me get this. Maybe you're referring to the ones that were behind me. This is, oh my gosh, the name is evading me. Paper Studio, I think is their name. What's the rifle paper company that's always in anthropology? Remember that one? Clearly you don't.
Yeah.
So I think there's that brand name, Rifle Paper. I'm probably saying it wrong. That's their brand, the decorative one. This one I just got off of Amazon. Just go type in, like, it says anti-stick scissors. Go type in anti-stick scissors and they should come up. Oh my goodness. Look how many scissors we've already accumulated. Let me get some of these off real quick. Okay. All right. So here is my stem. Again, I got this stem from the 12 by 12 cardstock shop website. It's linked on that page I referenced earlier for the templates. If you don't want to buy these, if you don't have them, they do make thick versions, like plastic versions as well on Amazon. You can use 18 gauge. wire as well, I would potentially wrap 2 or 3 of them together with some floral tape. We do have floral tape written on the supply list too. So I would wrap a few thinner stems together if you need to thicken the stem up, would be my recommendation. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and start with this. I'm going to start with the brown here. Hang on 1 second. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to start at one end, and we're going to glue our stem on one end, and we're going to start rolling up. Okay. So let me grab my glue gun. And my first concern is just making sure that that stem is really sitting well in that hot glue, because everything for this flower is going to be based on this connection point right here. So that's really important, okay? So I like to get that glue kind of set up like that.
Do you want me to do those or not?
Yeah, you can do it if you want. Thank you. And then I'm going to start rolling, add a little bit of glue, and I'm going to start rolling. And be like taunt about it. Don't rip it apart, but like keep it nice and snug so it has good solid connection there. Okay. And we're going to be rolling it up like that. Caitlin, I get my anti-stick scissors from Amazon. Go just type in anti-stick scissor on Amazon. You should find them. You actually should find the pair that I have. That's where I got them. They're quite nice. There's so many different types of scissors. There's the shears, and there's the fabric scissors, and there's paper scissors, and there's anti-stick scissors. Like, it's like, yeah, scissors. Okay, so hang on this little thing. Okay, Ronald says, I don't see any way to bring the downloaded files into Design Space. If you go back to the beginning of the video when the replay comes up, you're going to see the whole process step by step. So you're going to need to open Design Space once you downloaded the files, click the upload button in the design panel area when you're on the canvas, and then bring the file into Design Space. But it'll all be up in the recording, so you can rewatch that. No worries. Yes, cordless glue. I'm working in a very awkward way because where my where I'm filming this and where my outlets are, and then the Ella wanted to help, I couldn't put it on my right-hand side because I am right-handed. So it's a little awkward, but like you say, the fact that it's cordless is kind of helpful at this point. All right, so there is our first one. All ready to go. Okay, just like that. And we're gonna add the next one on. What you doing, baby girl?
Oh, I couldn't see it.
Are you inspecting? Is she the craft inspector? We're going to continue where we left off with the next roll. So if you accidentally like cut this in half during your process of adding the fringe, you can always just, glue it on and continue. You don't have to start over. So I'm going to add the next one here and continue around. Okay.
Yeah, after this one, I'm quite.
And Vicky says, and no one understands why you need more scissors. No, nobody gets it. Can I tell you, look, I'm going to tell my husband, can I just tell you that, hang on real quick, I see, can we make it 24 inches long? Yes, you can absolutely make the felt 24 inches long if you want it to be one long roll. Some people just don't have felt that's cut that big, so I work with like a smaller kind of quantity or length, you could say. But yes, if you have that length, you can make the roll just like 24 inches long and just roll it up from there. You're good to go. We were doing something. I think we were painting some sort of housework. And I come around and I see my husband has stolen some of my craft tools to be scraping things off the floor with or whatever. I don't even remember what it was. But I just like walk in and he has my Cricut tools and he's using them. And I'm like, apparently you're okay with taking your life into your own hands. Not acceptable.
Wait, was that a dream?
No, not a dream. That really happened.
What?
Yes. Yes. Daddy was living dangerously that day.
Still gonna get you back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. We got the brown. I'm gonna actually try to bend this stem so you guys can see it at a better angle. There you go. Okay. Next, we're gonna do the green. Okay. So kind of just starting where you left off, we're going to do the green. And the green is much more subtle. It's not going to be like as obvious. I'm out of glue stick. Hang on.
Let me get something that you want to.
There you go. Okay, let me restock over here. Okay. All right, so we're just going to continue on to get this green on next. There we go. I'm kind of doing it backwards. I'm like, why am I all thumbs today? I'm all thumbs because I'm working from the opposite side. My brain is going to be like, oh, you're going to do the opposite thing? That doesn't make sense. Although it should make sense. Considering my brain often likes to do things backwards. Okay. Okay. And if anything ends up like sticking up too high, like these here are actually coming in a little higher, because, you know, I eyeballed it, and that's what happens when you eyeball things. You can always come in with your scissors and like trim it down a little bit. I might do that. We'll see what happens.
Keep snapping it.
What'd you say, baby?
I keep snapping.
What keeps snapping?
I keep snapping because I have the glue on my hands.
Oh, you're trying to get the glue off your hands. I understand. I understand. That
I'm
is bothering me. Okay. We're gonna add the next one. Let me see.
Good.
Vicky says, husbands and sons do that. My older is still to this day and talks and asks mom before. Yes, you have to ask mom before you touch the scissors. They don't get it. They just don't get it. They think it's just a pair of scissors, right? We're like, no, it's not just a pair of scissors. It's crafting scissors. They have a purpose. And if you use them for too many other things, then they don't work effectively for the projects, right? It's like, yeah, and everything has this designated purpose. I don't know. I think as crafters, we just like love, we just have a love for scissors. It's just like in our blood or something. Okay. Almost there. The fact that I'm working from my left side is really throwing me off. It's slowing me down.
Ella has left the building, so you can switch again.
I know, but then I'd have to re-plug in, so I'll probably just keep going because now I'm in a pattern, like now I'm in a rhythm. It'll be okay. Once I get past this point, it won't be as hard because I'll just be doing petal by petal. Okay. I feel like I ended up with more green this time. I did about the same amount, but I think I ended up with more green. But that's okay. You know why it's okay? Because every sunflower in nature ultimately looks different. Some have more petals, some have less petals, some have thicker, fuller centers, others do not. So we have a farm that's about 40 minutes from us that they do like sunflower picking. And right now they have strawberries in season and they have like a kid zone and everything. We've been so busy with this event and there's been so much going on. Like I haven't had a lot of time to spend with my kids, but I told them after the live today, we would get to go do sunflowers and strawberries. So I will take some pictures while I'm out there of real sunflowers and we can compare and see how we did. I'll post them in the group. Okay, I'm gonna trim up this bottom a little bit here. I feel like this is fine. You could definitely come in here and like, if you wanted to trim it down a bit, like it's sticking up too high, but I'm happy with it overall. We've got the green. You could fan it out at this point a little bit. This one's definitely gonna be heavier on the green. That's cool. Okay, actually I might like that better. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the petals. And I got all these petals that Ella left me over here, all ready to go. Oh my goodness, okay. So as you can see, this process is quite repetitive just because of the number of things we have to build up, but it's very simple. I find things that are more repetitive are actually more simple. So we're going to take a petal. Okay, I'll check comments in just a second. I'm going to take a petal here. We're going to add glue right along that similar line that we pinched. And then we're going to press it to the side and we're going to work our way around. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Put a little bit of glue here. Did Ella go downstairs? Is she done for now?
Yeah, lunch was calling.
Oh, lunch was calling. That makes sense. Okay, so I added on just like that. Okay, let's see from the top how that's looking. And we're going to work our way around. Okay, if she's done, I'm going to try and grab her a little bit because I think it can work faster if I have it on my right hand side. Okay. Like, why did the live take 75 hours? Because Abby was trying to use her left hand. And that was just too much. All right, let me pause real quick. Okay. Whoa, that's okay. Okay, did you see any questions? Because I'm moving too fast for me to like craft and read at the same time. You guys are awesome, by the way.
Oh, we got a Central Florida person here.
Central Florida. Yeah, I've actually had 2 people this morning tell me that. I had someone this morning tell me they're like from Melbourne, and then there's a couple other people.
Somebody was saying there's a farm in Eustis, in a new house we can go to.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's lots of good farms in Florida. Florida is more of a farming state than I think people realize. I think people think other states sometimes when they think farm. Okay, so I'm just carrying on here with the petals all the way around. I'm kind of like gluing them from the side and then looking at it afterwards, being like, am I happy with that? If you're not happy with the petal, you can, sorry, hang on, my cord's caught. You can gently pull it off and try again. Might look a little extra janky on the side, but yeah. Okay. And we're actually going to be going around this twice. Now, I'm somebody who likes to kind of show the entire process, but this will probably take me another 10 minutes to get all these on. So I'm wondering if we should do one of our giveaways while I'm adding these pillows. I'm adding these pillows, adding petals, enunciate these petals on. Because I didn't actually think when I was doing this craft, I was like, oh, this will be a super fast craft. No, it's not as fast as I thought it would be. And that's okay. We can just have fun together. So I'm going to move this around in a circle. I think we might do our giveaway for our VIP access pass in just a second. What other questions do we have coming up, though? I want to make sure I'm trying not to miss any of these questions best I can. This is multitasking at its finest here, guys.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. We got a lot of Floridians in here and people just saying where they're from.
Awesome. How many of you got snow right now? Do you guys get another cold snap? We got another cold snap here in Florida. So usually when that happens, it means somewhere in the northern states, there's snow. Usually that's what that means. Okay. No snow here. Rain in Oregon. Yep. We always get 1 day of rain and then we get the cold snap. Okay. Keep going. I'm just going to pause for just a second, guys. I'm just going to keep doing this. My husband stepped out of the room and I want to wait to do the giveaway until he gets back. So the comments don't go so fast that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't see anything. Okay. Just moving around. Snow in Ohio, frozen. Very little snow. New to the Craft Fest are all the week's events on YouTube. No, so you'll have to get your free ticket, abbikirstenscraftfest.com. If you already have it, you'll get emails each morning with links to the workshop pages that live on our website, abbikirstenscraftfest.com. So just make sure you stay on our email list. We always get people who join the email list, and then for whatever reason, they update their preferences or they unsubscribe, and then they always reach out and are like, oh my gosh, where's the links? Well, we can't send you emails if you decided you wanted to unsubscribe. So stay on the list to get the links. And then if you want to say bye later, we hope you don't, but if you want to say bye afterwards, you of course can. We've got lots of other fun, exciting stuff that'll be coming after the Craft Fest is over too, including a brand new series I have been working lots and lots of hours on for you guys. A series, I'll give you a hint now, that will teach you how to design this for yourself. Like from scratch. You don't have to rely on other people's templates. And you can take whatever vision you have in your head and make it come to life in your own custom craft project. Okay, let me pause real quick. How many, Cheryl says, how many attendees are there in this summit? We have, well, as of last night, I haven't checked this morning. We're over 46,000, I think, that have signed up. It's not our highest event, but our highest event was like 68 or something like that. But yeah, we have a lot still. We have a lot. Lots and lots of people. Yes. I recently found all of my downloads of the Craft Fest 2023. Yes, we have so many people who come back year after year for our Craft Fests. This is our 4th year. So we've been around the block a few times with this. And we've got lots of people who like to come back. There's always new projects each time, new techniques. We try to find new speakers to include and invite new speakers. to join us and join the fun. You guys hear the snorting? Do you hear Liberty? She is being so loud.
Somebody's asking for you to do a close-up so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, let me add this last petal and I'll do a close-up for you. Thank you for asking. Okay, let me show you the bottom here. Okay, so I'm just kind of going around and adding it. And my frame of reference for adding is when I look at the top and see how the petals are like almost overlapping. Like that, okay? And so we're gonna go around again this time. And when I glue, for reference, I'm gluing right in between the two petals. So see how I'm picking that blank spot and I'll be adding glue there. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna go around again. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. You're welcome. I'm so happy to see you guys are so excited for this. Okay. Let me keep adding these. Let's go ahead and do our VIP pass giveaways because I want to fill some of this time with actually something. Okay, my sweet little girl did all these and they're not quite all the way glued up, so I might have to fix a few. That's okay. She tried. Okay. So we're going to be doing the Cricut Maker machine at the end, okay? I'm going to have a special question for that one. But to enter for 1 of 5 VIP access passes, and if you already purchased, as I said, I will refund you. So it'll still be a gift or a giveaway, however you want to look at it. I'm going to ask you a question, and then you just leave the question in the chat, and we'll give everyone a second to put their question in. And then we will randomly do a random scroll and stop and pick the first name our eyes land on. That's our super sophisticated system. Cool, right? Super sophisticated. I try not to go too crazy with tech. Like, you don't need to have tech for everything. Sometimes you just need to be simple. My glue gun is being really naughty today, and it is like gluing all over my fingertips. All right, so the question is going to be, let me pull up the craft cushion. Here's the question for the VIP pass giveaways. What movie, you good? Sorry. Sorry, my husband stopped me to do something. I got distracted. You good? Okay. What movie, TV show, or book character do you identify with the most? What movie, TV show, or book character do you identify with the most? Just tell me that in the chat, and that's for winning 1 of 5 VIP pass giveaways. Liberty, stop being such a snorter. I'll tell you mine. I have 2. I have to pick 2 because I'm sure the answers are fun. Mine are Elphaba from Wicked, and yes, I did know what Wicked was before the movie came out, even though I know it's like all the rage right now. So Elphaba from Wicked, definitely identify with her a lot, and also Monica from Friends. Her like, I know statements, like that's me, So I fluctuate between the 2. So what are some of the ones other people are saying?
Monica.
Monica, yep. Mm-hmm.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, I love that.
Let's see, holy cow, I can't keep looking.
Just scroll back up a little, it'll help stop the feed, and then you can scroll back down.
Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking, that's cute.
Lorelai Gilmore.
Oh yeah, gotta love some Lorelai.
Professor McGonagall.
Hey, that's awesome.
Clark Griswold.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm
sorry, that was Griswold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, will you come decorate my house in lights? Come decorate my house for Christmas.
Olivia Benson.
Love that. So basically, you guys are all super smart and like superheroes. That's what I'm hearing. That's the theme I'm hearing. You're all like super smart or real life heroes. And I count a Griswold as a hero because he made Christmas work in the end for his very unique family. We'll use unique and be nice. Okay, here's what I'm working with. I'm almost done. I got a few more right here to add in.
Got some Eeyores.
Oh, I forgot Eeyore. My husband actually bought me an Eeyore, and he kind of calls me Eeyore sometimes. So I think I could identify with a lot of different characters depending on my mood. Right? I'm sure that's normal. Yeah, what else? I'm gonna read a few more out and give everybody a chance to answer, and then we'll pick.
Lucy from Peanuts.
That's cute.
Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Oh, I could totally identify with the Cowardly Lion too. At certain parts. That's more like well, yeah, probably when I got started in business, that was probably more like a Cowardly Lion stage. Or when I first did my first live. Like, oh my gosh, people are gonna be looking at me. And now it doesn't bother me so much. If anything feels scary and hard, it's just because it's not familiar. That's what I've learned. It's just because it's not familiar. If you show up, if you do the reps, if you do something 100 times, tell me that your perspective towards it and your skill towards it hasn't changed. I guarantee you it will. There's your, Gandhi moment of the day. It's true though. It's really true. Okay. I think you might kind of lose count a little bit. We're going to pick winners in just a second. Any other fun ones?
One that's close to me, Calvin. I'm hoping from Calvin and Hobbes. Snow White. A lot of elves.
Okay.
Buddy.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So my brother, he loves Buddy the Elf. If we're talking about Elf the movie, the Christmas movie. Santa. I know him.
A lot of Rebas.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. She's got that no nonsense personality, and the sarcasm, always on point. Love me a Reba, for sure. For sure. Let's ask you, honey, who do you identify with? Be a book character, TV character, anybody. Who do you identify with? I'll put my husband on the spot and see what he says. He's not gonna have an answer. He's not a impromptu person. He's like, let me think about that for a while.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Wait, was that your answer or somebody else's?
That was my answer.
That's your answer. Okay. I still have not seen that movie, so now I have to watch it. I know. Don't banish me to another kingdom. I know. Okay. Let's pick some winners. I'm gonna let you do your random by scroll and stop, and then write down the winners' names, and we'll call them out. In the meantime, I have finished my second round of petals. Now you can absolutely stop here. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right screen. You can absolutely stop here if you want, or you can fill it out a little bit more. If you look at this original one, you can see they both have their own unique kind of look to them. I added a few more petals to this one. So I might, looking at the top, kind of come in here and fill some of the gaps. Like if I'm looking here, I feel like it would look nice to add some other petals here, and it builds it out a little bit more. I'm not going to go too much farther at this point because I don't want to belabor the process for you guys, because I know you understand how it works at this point. You can see how it's kind of filled up. I'm going to do another one there. Are you choosing people?
Yeah, I'm going to get back up to the top.
Okay. He's looking, guys. You guys got so many comments. It gives us a second to get through it. Yes. Okay. Let me add one more.
All right.
One more here.
First one is Jennifer Watkins.
Jennifer Watkins, congratulations. You've got a VIP pass with your name on it. Please send us a message to hello@abbikirstencollections.com, and we will get that set up for you. If you already purchased one, we will refund your purchase for you. Okay, that's looking good. Happy with that. Very pretty.
All right. And we go for number two.
Number two. And then I'll show you guys how to add the leaves after we pick the last four winners. Okay, and I have one more giveaway to do at the end for you all too.
Gina Kovac.
Gina Kovac, you said?
I'm thinking that's how it's
Okay,
pronounced.
if we butcher your name, it's not intentional. Gina Kovac, if that's how we say it. You're also one of our winners. Send us a message at the email. Do you have the email on the screen, babe? Yep, you do. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, next one. Who's the next winner?
Let's see. The next one is Renee Nelson.
Renee Nelson, you've also won a VIP access pass. Send us a message at that email and we'll get it for you, or we will refund you if you've already purchased. And I'm getting all the glue off my hands. All right, we have two more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two more people.
KG.
KG. Okay, KG, you're number 4 for the VIP Access Pass. Send us that message and we'll get you set up. Let's do one more. One more.
Alrighty.
Okay, sorry. I'm pausing it for just a second. Oh, by the way, Mom's coming for the farm, so she'll be here in 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. We'll be done.
Last one is Angie Fricks.
Angie Fricks, you are number 5 VIP Access Pass winner. Yay, congratulations. Okay, we're gonna do our maker giveaway in just a couple minutes. Let me just show you the leaf part here and the kind of like finishing this off. So we have all of our pretty petals added on, right? And you can kind of see the distressing. It added just a slight darkening nature to it as it worked towards the center. Now for the bottom here, I have my stem bent. Let me actually bend it back up. Flip it over, okay? And I have some leaves already cut out, okay? Look at you guys. All of you are like just so kind. You're just congratulating other people. Ashley says the Little Mermaid. I totally get that. I think I identify with the Little Mermaid for the part where like her dad wanted to control her. That is another very long story, but I totally get that for very different reasons probably. Okay, so I like to add 2 to 3 leaves on and I will literally just glue them on. Now, I don't do a lot of like shaping with these because they really just kind of act as a cover to the bottom. And if you wanted to glue some to the stem, you definitely could. I prefer to use them kind of as a cover that sticks out of the bottom. You could also add a little glue here and kind of create sort of that puckered look like we did with the petals and then glue it on so that it's a little less flat. I'll go ahead and try that. Macy's in her crate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember her bus putting her in there because she's the barker, but because I know when my mom comes, she's going to be like, Mama. My dogs are more excited to see my mom when she comes than my children. Well, I won't, not always, but the dogs are, of course, it's Macy. She's like, if she knows you, you are her best friend. And she is just like a whiner. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I missed you. You'd think you just came back from like 10 years at war or something. Like she greets you with that kind of enthusiasm. It's awesome. And then Liberty, she's just a small dog who's friendly to everybody. Liberty, like you could be like a psychopath and she would be nice to you, so don't trust her. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and press that down to the bottom here to cover the bottom up. And don't do this step until you're happy, of course, with your number of petals that you have. And I'm just adding a little glue right there, randomly, flipping it over. I'm trying to cover that center there, or not center, the bottom. Okay, and we have kind of these little stems hanging off, and we're gonna fix that in just a second. Diane says, what's the brand of cordless glue gun you use again? It's Surebonder brand, and it's a special edition called Lynn & Lily. It's linked on that page for you, the Kickoff page, so abbikirstenscraftfest.com/kickoff. It's linked on there for you. It's my favorite glue gun because it's pretty and cordless, and that's a good thing. All right, so last 2 steps, floral tape, and then if you want to do fabric stiffener, and then we'll do our last giveaway. You guys have been so much fun today. Okay, so I do have floral tape here. I'm just gonna like tear a piece off, okay? And I'm gonna kind of cover this little stem piece that's sticking off right there. And I'm gonna start wrapping it just so it looks a little cleaner. And the floral tape is naturally sticky. I gotta get a grip to start, guys. You can kind of see that I'm starting there with my floral tape. There we go. And I'm just gonna wrap this down. It's pretty close to the same color as the stem already, so I probably won't even need to go all the way down because it'll just kind of blend in. Okay, there we go. All right, there is our pretty sunflower. And if you want, you can do a little fabric stiffener. I wait until this point to do the fabric stiffener. Here's the one I use again. It's also linked on that page. And I would just spray it lightly about probably 8 to 10 inches away and spray it lightly a few times around and then just put it in a vase. This will just keep it from kind of like drooping over time as gravity sets in. You can also, this is really hard with the long stem. Sorry guys, hang on. Let me pull this up just a bit. This stem is so long, I can't get the angle for y'all to see on the camera. Okay. So when you spray that stiffener on, if you want to come in here and kind of like shape it a little bit before it starts to dry, and you have time, you have like at least 20 minutes before anything would really start to set in place. It will shape it up a little bit more. It'll keep them from drooping in the future. I like to just kind of make sure they're all pointing up and they look happy. Sunflower is a happy flower.
Someone says back in the day we used to use hairspray.
That's good. You could totally do hairspray. It probably would be faster in some ways. I'm being all technical with my use my fabric stiffener. Here's the fabric stiffener. Here's the brand. Here's the. You can go to freaking like Dollar Tree and buy like 99-cent hairspray. Yeah, that probably would be the best thing. Okay. Why am I now picturing what would happen to a person's hair if they used fabric stiffener on? I'm picturing the opposite. Like, oh, what would happen? It would not be good. It would not be good. Okay, there's our sunflower. Yay, how pretty. I'm going to bring you guys all the way up so that I'm not cut off. Oh, no, I think I got the stem stuck in here. We'll use this one as an example. That's okay. Hi, I'm back. Okay. All right. You guys have been so much fun today.
No, Liberty's just falling asleep. She's in the bottom corner of her.
Oh, yeah. Miss Liberty's behind my desk. I don't know why she likes to sleep behind my desk. She finds it cozy back there. She finds it cozy. Okay, so we are going to do, we are going to do our giveaway for the maker. Let me just double check that I didn't leave out.
Sponsors.
And oh yes, thank you, sponsors. Let's talk about our sponsors real quick first, because there's a lot of goodies on there you don't want to miss. So can you put up the sponsors for me, please, so I can visually not miss anybody? All right, so we have some awesome sponsors, and I know sponsors are kind of like one of those things when you're at a football game, you're like, who cares about sponsors? You want to care about these sponsors, guys, because they're giving things away. So go to abbikirstenscraftfest.com/sponsors. We have Mim Jenkinson. She is your sticker making bestie, and she has got free goodies for you as well as discounts for her Secret Sticker Society. If you want to do stickers, Mim is your girl, let me tell you. Go check out that page because she's got some deals for you on there. Creative Fabrica, you guys have probably heard of them before. Great for fonts, love them for fonts. You can do a free trial with them, and you can go download freebies on their site as well in their free section. So make sure you go and check them out. You don't want to miss that if you're not familiar with them yet. And then we have Create Room. I love me some Create Room. Have you guys heard of the Dream Box before? The Dream Cart. We also have like the sewing station. They are everything you need for craft room storage. The Dream Box seriously holds so much stuff. It is crazy. I was very skeptical when I got one initially. I was like, it's not going to hold that much. It holds a lot. I'm like, I could have a whole other craft room in my Dream Box, and I could have like a separate craft room somewhere else. I'm just saying. But right now, you can save $300 on a Dream Box with the code Abbi Kirsten. Again, it's on that sponsor page. And I don't want to forget to mention that all of these sponsors are doing giveaways over on our giveaway page as well. And you can win a Dream Box, you can win heat presses, machines, memberships, so much more. And then we have 12x12 cardstock shop as well. They are my go-to for paper. Guys, seriously, I don't promote anything I don't love. I use 12x12 cardstock shop for all of my paper crafting. Their Encore paper, ENCORE, their Encore paper, they have a discount on it right now, so you can go and get it for yourself. And it cuts so well on the Cricut, but specifically for intricate projects. If you use that cardstock for intricate cuts, that setting, it works so well. Like, I've had no issues with their material. Love it so much. That's also where the stems came from. Same place. So go check them out. Show our sponsors some love. Make sure you go check out our giveaway page as well. Is that giveaway link in there? Can you pop that up? I think I put it in there. I think it's in there. Let me see. Maybe not.
I put it in the chat.
You put it in the chat. Okay, the chat. Yeah. So,
but I'll put it in there again.
Okay, that's fine. AbbiKirstensCraftFest.com/giveaways-3. Go to that URL. We have 25 plus giveaways happening there. Loads and loads and loads for you to check out. Yes, buddy, I'm almost done. Almost done. I got like 5 minutes left. It's okay. They're getting anxious. They're like, let's go. Okay, we're gonna do our last giveaway for the Maker machine, the Maker machine. And I have a question for you guys to enter for this one. So it's going to be, does it have, it's just the machine, right? I can't remember all the different. Okay, it's done. Yeah. So the original Maker machine, someone's going to win that one. It's open to everybody. Okay. So let me ask you a question for this. Oh, okay. Let me ask you. Hang on. Okay. All right. So I want to know which of these two cards you would want to design. So don't think about the colors as much. Think about the style of the card. Design it from scratch. You can design your own SVG files for free in a free software. I want to know which one you would prefer to design because I'm going to teach a class on this step by step. Even if you're a beginner, you know nothing about it. So card A is this one, the orange and yellow pinky one. Card B is this one that says thank you on it. Thank you card. So the happy birthday card or the thank you card. Card A, card B. Card A, card B. Vote your favorite. Okay, and this is going to be one of 3 video lessons that I am dropping in my brand new series, SVGs from Scratch, which is going to be coming out the first week of March. If you would like to get on the wait list so you don't miss the free new series, that link should be coming up on your screen now. And it is going to teach you, this free series is going to teach you how to turn any idea into a custom SVG file. With the free Inkscape software, you'll be able to personalize your projects and take all those visions and ideas in your head and bring them to life. You do not have to be a traditional artist. I am not a traditional artist, believe it or not. Everyone's like, come on, Abby, you're being humble. No, I'm not a traditional artist. I can't draw a circle. It doesn't look like a circle, okay? If you give me a pen and paper right now, I'd be like, stick figure. No, it's not happening. You don't have to be a traditional artist. It's going to be lots of fun. So, all right, I'm going to give everybody a second to finish answering. Card A, card B. Okay, they're each unique in their own way, right? And don't pay attention to the colors. Like if you're like, I don't like this color, you put whatever color you want because you get to design it. Okay. Okie dokie. Giving everybody just a second to catch up. Let their feet. We have like a 10-second backlog on here, and I want to make sure that everybody's comments have a chance to come in before we pick our winner. All right. Yeah, I'm super excited for this series. I've been wanting to, I know a lot of you probably have watched my Magic of SVG series, and this is brand new. Like what I'm sharing at the SVGs from Scratch, all brand new. We'll be doing a card design, a full introduction to SVGs and the software, and we'll also be doing a t-shirt and graphic text design as well, something you could put like on a t-shirt or a tote or a mug. So it'll be a graphic and text design as well. We'll be doing all that in the free SVGs from Scratch series. I'm super excited for it. Okay. Have everybody had a chance to answer, or is it still moving quite a lot?
It's still cruising along.
Okay. All right.
I would say card A is ahead by a little bit.
See, I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong.
It's close.
It's close. I know, it's close. My husband and I were taking bets. We're like, which one do you think it's going to be? And his favorite is this one. And I think some of it's just the coloring preferences too. But I was like, well, I kind of like this one because it's got like more going on with the flower layering there. And I'm like, if I like this one, everyone else is going to like this one. But it looks like it's pretty evenly split overall. And the good part is whichever one I choose to teach for the series, the applications apply to where you can make either one of them. Honestly, I just wanted to know which one you guys kind of preferred in the style overall. So we will go through and we will kind of like get a rough estimate. All right, let's go ahead. And you're all ready over there. Let's go ahead and randomly pick one person for the Maker machine. Ellie, you want to pick them? Why does my hair look pink? My hair looks pink. Is that just me? It does look pink. I'm like, what's going on? I know. Oh, why does my hair look pink? Okay, they're looking through the comments to pick right now. I want to remind everyone, if you have not got the VIP Access Pass for the 2025 Cricut Craftfest, it will be increasing in price tomorrow night, Sunday at midnight. Okay, so get it now at the early bird price before it disappears. I literally had a sweet lady one year say to me, she's like, oh my, she was trying to get the fast action price, which has already gone past. And she's like, oh my gosh, they said 30 minutes to get the price. I didn't know they actually meant it. And she's like, next year, I'm going to make sure I get it when it's actually at that price. So I just cracks me up. But like, we don't do false urgency. So I always feel like after talking to that sweet lady that I have to preface that and be like, y'all, we don't do false urgency. So please get the pass now. It's worth over $2,000 with all of the bonuses and the goodies inside of it. Yes, and that link is on your screen now too, as well. And also be below the video description if you just want to actually click on the link and not have to type anything in, which is easier to do. You guys got somebody?
Yeah.
All right, who's the winner of the maker?
Art Teach 13.
Art Teach 13.
I'm guessing that's what that is.
Hopefully we said that right. That's pretty unique. You should know who you are. Art Teach 13. If you could please send us a message at hello@abbikirstencollections.com. Let us know you're the winner of the maker machine from today's live, and we will get your address via email there and send it out to you as soon as possible. Can you put our email up again just so that they can see it?
Yeah, give me 1 second to write that.
Okay, he's writing your name down, so we make sure we have it. Make sure we have it. All right, you guys have been so awesome today. Thank you for showing up for each other. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for being patient during our little minor tech glitz.
Which one's the new one?
This one's the new one, and I bent the stem in the vase, and now it's stuck, so I'm gonna have to play with it, getting it out later. No, don't pull it, don't pull it. We'll do it later, but here, you can hold this one if you want. You want to say hi, Wyatt?
No, we just want to-
Okay, well, you're in front of like 500 some people right now, so
I know, 550.
Okay. All right. Mom's gonna wrap up. All right. You
You
guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. The Craftfest is gonna start on Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You'll get emails for that. Make sure you check those promo and junk folders just in case. Drag our emails over to the correct folder. Better yet, add my email, hello@abbikirstencollections.com, to your email contacts. That guarantees that it will go right to your primary, and you'll have my email at your fingertips if you have a question, just want to chat, want to tell me about a good, new Netflix series, anything like that, just drop me a line. All right, guys, you've been awesome. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys Monday as we get started with our Craftfest. It's been an awesome kickoff party. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Have we ever had 1,000 people